Hello there, welcome back to Write Smart in 5. I'm Taiwo from Delight Data Exploration, and in today's episode I'll be taking you through how to use the find and replace feature on Microsoft Word. Now, you need this feature when you need to italicize all journal names in your references, or you want to make your headings bold, or you want to fix space issues throughout your document. Find and replace does this instantly, every single occurrence, perfect consistency. So let me just quickly take you through every step of the way. I'll share my screen and I'll show you how this is done in a very simple and easy way. What you want to quickly do is identify the words you would like to replace or the instances. For instance, let's say I want to replace the word with, so you can highlight the word you want to replace, press Ctrl F, or as I used to say, Ctrl Find, Ctrl F, so you can know the number of instances where the words are. There are 14 instances for the word with in this document, so you can just check through all of them, and then you want to come to replace, or you can press Ctrl H, or replace. So the word with what? Let's say let's say 4. So you find next to see where the instances are. So this is within, so you can't say foreign, so you find next again within. This is with, so you say replace, so with becomes 4. Resonate with the replace, it also becomes 4. Replace, or you can just say replace all. If for instance you want it all replaced, you can just say replace all. For instance, let's say you're working with a particular reference style that needs your et al in italics. Let's say you're a researcher, you're working with maybe GCU. It's common with GCU University where they have their et als in italics. So how do you want to quickly do that? So instead of just saying with 4, you can come to more, then you come to format, font. Then how do you want your font to be? You want it in italics. That's for let's say you want to italicize a particular word within your document. So or you want to bold it. Let's just say also bold for emphasis, bold. Okay, you can only select one, italics, or maybe let's change the color to this color for highlighting sake. Then you press replace, so it becomes italicized. As you can see, the word for is already in italics. The word with, let me zoom it in a little bit so you can see the word with. Okay, so you see 4. It's because as soon as it's changing it, you barely see it again. So let's go to the beginning. So with replace, it becomes 4. So there you have it. I wanted to change the color, but I don't think there's a need for that. But you can just change the color to whatever you want and have it in italics with. Let's see if it still does that. So we already exhausted all of them, so you can just play around with that. Now there are more use cases for this file. You can use wildcards. Now this video is not dedicated to that, but then I will just show you briefly how you can find and replace using wildcards, or you can call special formatting to edit your work. But then let me be sure that we've gotten how this works. So again, I want to replace word team. I like the word, Ctrl F to see how many times you have it. You might not necessarily need to do all of that, but just press I like the word again, press Ctrl H. You can copy the word team or Ctrl H. So Ctrl H, I want to find what? I want to find team. Replace with what? Let's say replace with the word group, GROUP. Then how do I want the formatting to be? I want it to be italicized as well, and I want the color to be this color. Then I choose OK. Then I find next. So the design team, or replace the design group. Then its team, replace becomes its group. Its technology team, replace becomes technology. Let's go up to confirm. You can find that the word group is in italics. Replace Sarah's team, Sarah's group. I'm sure Sarah's group in italics. Replace sales team, replace team leader, replace group leader. So that's how you find and replace. That's all. Now, if you want to use wildcards, let's say for instance, I have different. There are different. There are different wildcards that you can use to find and replace documents. So let's say I'm going to use an example, right? And the example I put here is on. Let me just use this example and I'll show you what this does. So open parentheses, less than, asterisk, greater than, close parentheses, and then repeat it. It means that you're trying to. This particular wildcard would, let's say for instance, I have a name or whatever I want. Maybe I want to put Bowen before Michael, right? So I want to alternate a word. Make the first word the second and make the second the first. So Ctrl H. So you want to choose use wildcards. So what are you replacing? Let's say this is the wildcard command, and I want to replace this with I want 1 to become 2 and 2 to become 1. So that's what it is. This one here. So you paste it. Then you find next. Okay. So quarterly business. When I choose replace, see what happens. it becomes business quarterly. Now you find out that I already use italic, so you know how to undo that. Just come here, font, then you say regular instead. Oh, the color we're changing was the underline color, so let's change the font color. So let's leave the underline color as the initial. So then you replace and review and becomes and review. Strategic planning, I don't want that. Find next. Planning documents, replace document planning. Okay, so that's how to use wildcard. Now another wildcard you can use is let's say I want to replace there are several wildcard. There are asterisk, caret, there are question marks. So for instance, this question mark now, G question mark, double question mark, D would look for every word that starts with G and ends with D. So let's quickly try and find those words, and then let me close this. Let me find the occurrence of these words. Words that has G. Okay, you find GYD. Okay, find next. I want a word like the word good. Find next. GYD department, you can see this. Find next. Upgrade, no. Guidance, no. GYD. Okay, now you have the word good. So I want to replace the word good with the word let's say better. So replace. But then notice that, okay, very good, very better, good, better. So instead of just finding the word good, this G double question mark D would find any word that has G as the beginning and ends with a D. So that's how to use wildcard. It's quite it's the find and I just wanted to show you that the find and replace feature is quite extensive, and this video is just meant to address the basic ones. So I'm going to put another video out soon that shows you how you can find and replace using wildcards in quite a detailed format. So another thing, remember, Ctrl F. Here you can also do something. Click this drop down, advanced find. Advanced find, what do you want to find? Wildcard sounds like English, randomize, whatever you want to just play around this. But the basic thing is I want to replace my lecturer tells me that he doesn't like the, okay, for instance, again, I used to do this before. Now if I want to change my writing from American to British or to UK writing, I'll just Ctrl F. I'll search for the word Z. That's word Z, which is quite, it takes a long time, just to look for cases where I want to change the Z to S. Then I look for find Z. Okay, organization. So I come to replace, toggle off the wildcard, then Ctrl A, make it S. So replace, organization becomes organization, standardized becomes standardized. Okay, your zip is still zip everywhere. So those are just things you can do with the find and replace option. How do you find Ctrl F? How do you replace Ctrl H? Don't forget all of that. Thank you. See you next class. So there you have it. Now you are part of the smart ones who knows how to use the find and replace feature on Microsoft. So if this has helped you or you're saving for a future use, please do share with your friends, subscribe, like, comment, and do whatever you can to make more people have access to our content and our videos. Thank you. I'll see you next week.